Hello my beautiful people, your 2023 tarot and astrology readings are up and out there for your purchasing pleasure. So they are the same price. I'm keeping the same price so that they are accessible for everybody. So you can get them for $4.99 a piece, which is like the price of a cup of coffee basically, or a sandwich, or probably, I don't even think you can get either of those now. Well, thereabouts at this moment in time. So this year, I have included even more knowledge, even more wisdom for you to digest. So as part of those, you will get the numerology overview, the eclipse overview. That is a part that I'm not going to be putting out on any of my other platforms. And it's really important that you see that, because the way that the eclipse is full next year is there's some really juicy tidbits in there. On top of that, you will get the lunation section, which is all about your new moon, your full moon of the year of 2023, and the eclipses and how all of those are going to be impacting your sign. On top of that, you will get the 12-month breakdown, and this year, the 12-month tarot breakdown. And on top of that, this year, I've created a 19 plus, because they're about 19 pages or more, plus page document of astrological knowledge and wisdom, and how the biggest transits of the year are going to be hitting you in your sign. So I have literally, by the way, that's downloadable and printable, so you can have it as like a reference guide for the year ahead. I literally couldn't fit any more into these. We've also made the files smaller this year so that they're easier for you guys to download. I've tried to think of absolutely everything. So you can get one for $4.99. You can get your big three, your sun, moon, and ascendant, for $14.97. So you would select the two that you want, and then at the cart you add the third item so that you get your sun, moon, and rising. Or you can buy the bundle for $24.99, right? Look at that. And then you can download them and send them to all of your loved ones. With that said, I just want to say a massive thank you for allowing me to, you know, from time to time sell you things. Obviously, this is my business. It is how I do my work. So thank you so much for listening. If you want to get those, you can do so on the link in the description box below. For those of you that do purchase and support my work, I thank you so deeply and humbly from my heart to yours. I really hope you have a wonderful 2023, and I really hope that you love them as much as I did creating them. Take care, and then let's get to your week ahead taroscope. Hi Aries, welcome to your week ahead taroscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. For your key to the week this week, you have the Universe card. So this is the World card, but in this deck it's called the Universe, which means that this week you are getting an amplification in some way, shape or form. You are being put on, maybe you're being celebrated, maybe you're getting a promotion. This is some kind of big realization that takes place for you, but on a worldly level, which usually tends to be things like career or accolades when it comes to academia. This is a week where you're going to start to really understand how big life can be for you, as long as you are willing to meet the tasks. Now, you are one of the bravest signs of the zodiac, so it totally matters to it totally figures right, that you'll be able to meet the tasks head on. What I will say to you though, this week as well, because the World card literally speaks to communities and the world itself, this could also be a week where you are having some kind of international communications or connection. I wouldn't be surprised if this week you are having an international phone call or a Zoom call or a Skype call. It's quite common nowadays, obviously, but this is likely to be something to do with you, your family, or potentially for some of you, your career. So this could be a really big week for a lot of you, providing you are willing to meet those challenges. For some of you, this is going to be a full circle week where you're having a moment of like, wow, you know what? I can't believe how far I've traveled. I can't believe how far I've come. Whether that's your years, whether it's the wisdom that you've gained through those years, which it usually is, right? But this week there is some big moment where you kind of look back over your life and say, wow, you know what? Not even I realized how far I had come until this moment where I looked back. And then finally, when it comes to your communities and the place that you live in, for some of you, you might be rethinking that over the course of this week. I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your actions and options this week, you have The Knight of Pentacles. So for some of you, this is literally traveling abroad, right? So if you're not doing the travel this week, I would not be surprised if a lot of you are making travel plans. The Knight of Pentacles is literally a mode of transport. So for some of you, this could be a really long distance road trip. That could be a lot of fun. What this also suggests as well is for some of you, you're putting in motion a big idea, or you are setting an intention of some sort that you know and you understand is going to take a long time to come to fruition. The Knight of Pentacles does not give anything overnight. This is not a fast card. It is one that takes its time to deliver its processes and its goods. Interestingly enough, the World card is what comes when you have put that work in. And in terms of its time predictions, the World card is literally like time sequences of anywhere from 28 to 30 years. It's basically a Saturn cycle. So really, really interesting. Whatever you're setting into motion this week, whatever intentions you are setting, as long as you understand this is I got my little goosebump shiver there. As long as you understand it's going to take its time, its sweet time to give you those goods, you can absolutely succeed if you're willing to do the hard work and take it moment by moment, day by day, step by step. Love Whitney. Right, this could literally be, you know, you could be initiating something that really stands the test of time. For your communications and conversations, you have the Seven of Pentacles. So look, you've got this here, right? You've got the Seven of Pentacles. That's a slow moving card, or a patient energy where you need to have patience. You've got the Knight of Pentacles, which doesn't give anything fast. Yes, this is a great week for amplification, but it is for a lot of you, the results and the rewards that show up this week, it's as a result of your hard work. However, when it comes to your communications and conversations, communication this week, you need to find your patience. You need to hold on to your patience. Remember, you've just come off the back of that full moon as this week begins for you. So, you know, you have been spotlighted, you have been highlighted. And for some of you, this might show you or highlight to you where your shortcomings are. And that's not to say that you're not doing enough. It's just you might look at some aspect of what you're doing and say, right, all of these things that I've achieved up until now are amazing and they're great, and wow, I really have come that far, but now I need to get on to the next leg. It's like whenever you go to a new plateau, there's new stuff to explore in that realm, right? For those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, this could literally be where you are starting to do that nose to the grindstone work. So now you're starting to see, you know, now Freshers Week is over and you've started to really ease into your studies and your course. This is where you start to understand the patience, dedication, the time and the commitment that those studies are going to take from you. For some of you, I feel like if you've just started a degree that's like started a degree that's like the usual 3 to 4 years, a lot of you will end up going on to study something else, maybe a doctorate, maybe a PhD, maybe a master's, whatever it takes. But a lot of you, it does look like your studies will end up extending. And that's great, right? Check you out. For your those of you that are employed by somebody else, this Seven of Pentacles, especially with the World card, this week you have to, like, what I'm seeing for you is a lot of you are needing to cultivate a sense of community in your work, right? So this is not a week to alienate people. It's not a week to be, you know, the typical Aries, so far ahead of everything that everybody else is lugging it behind. Find a way to be a team player this week, to start building your network within your organization. That's what's going to get you ahead. And remember what the saying goes, if you want to go quick, go on your own. If you want to go far, go with others. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, very much that kind of energy. But that Seven of Pentacles is seeing you really, like this week, you could have a whole bunch of new prospects that show up for you, which could be absolutely amazing. What I love most about this for you is that yeah, what I love most about this for you, it's like, you're getting all these new prospects and you're like, yeah, this could be very lucrative, but it's like you're realizing that in order to get these clients over the finish line, potential clients over the finish line, it's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of courting. I've got to be honest with you. I really think it's worth it. All right. So if it takes extra time, if it takes, you know, a little bit of the fanfare, if it takes a little bit extra to get these people over the finish line, the results could be marvelous. Don't waste these opportunities, right? You've got Jupiter in your sign for a little bit longer. It's going to go back into Pisces. And then next year you get like, well, January right through May, you will have Jupiter in your sign again, and it'll be direct at that point, giving you, you know, that boost. But you won't get this for another 12 months, so make the most of it while you have it. And this week it looks like some new prospects could show up. For those of you that are retired and no longer working, especially with the Knight of Pentacles, this is about your health, right? And specifically for some, well, in fact, I would say when it comes to your health and vitality, I'm not a doctor, I can't get, you know, diagnose anything, but what I will say is this week it does look like your health, your physical health and vitality, and your longevity are very much on your mind, and this is going to see you looking at ways to look after and support yourself on that physical health and vitality level. For your love and relations, you've got the Five of Swords. This I don't actually feel is to do with the relationship. I actually feel, well, I mean, it potentially is, and it could be about the speed at which things are being done. So for those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, there's something about this where your partner likes to do things slowly and you like to get them done. And this could cause a little bit of a clash. What I really feel though, for all of you Aries, Sun, Moon and Ascendant, it's more to do with there's a family clash coming, like the community that you would consider your people. And for those of you that have family that live internationally, this could be the phone call that comes up, right? For others of you though, it could literally be something to do with your work or your business. So it could be really great, but for a select few of you, it's likely to be that there's a family debacle and it's like you're having to go in with that whole rescue mission sort of energy. Just be mindful that it doesn't deplete you. For those of you that are single, it's likely to be on or through your travels or through some... it's really weird. It's like, so as an example, let's say you're on a dating app and it stops working, right? And the dating app stops working, so you have to contact whoever, and then you go on to like a Facebook community of people and you see other people complaining about this thing and you get talking to somebody in the comments. It's like this really roundabout way that you end up connecting to somebody, but it could be great. Hey, that could be a great story for the kids, right? For your ace, for your money and materials, you've got the Ace of Swords. This is fantastic because that's a new contract. For those of you that are courting new clients or new potential employers, you're getting what you want, which is the job, which is the connection, which is the business. But that Ace of Swords suggests that not only does it, because it's with the Seven of Pentacles, so not only does it come over time, so it will take a little longer, which means for those of you that are going through the interview process, expect a second interview. It means for those of you that are with your loud arse self, with those of you where it's your own business, like I said, this is about courting those clients but playing the long game with them. But your finances, your resources, something is being set into motion this week. It will unfold over time, but it really is good for you. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, I see the Ace of Swords very much as like when the mind is really heavy, so be considerate of that. And like I said, especially if you're being dragged into other people's stuff. And then when it comes... Sorry, I'm on one today, clearly. When it comes to your home and environment, for some of you, this might literally be in the initiating week of a move. And I feel like if you are going to be moving or you're ready to move, it will be that full moon that highlights it. So last week we had that, right at the end of the week, we had that full moon in your sign. Straddles this week into the 10th, you'll still be feeling that energy. This might really highlight for a lot of you, you know what, I'm actually ready for a change and this place just isn't doing it anymore. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care and I'll see you soon.